Good day and welcome to Medieval Knights. I am TJ West and thank you for joining me for Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition. Today we will start a grand campaign playing as Macedon. We will begin Antigonos II's family's rise to greatness through blood, money, and sneaky political maneuvers. So as you can see here, the start year is going to be 272 BC. The initial challenge is normal, however this game difficulty is set at very hard. So the troops that we're going to be coming across are going to be a little bit harder than you would find if you set it to hard or normal. Now I do have a little over 900 hours of gameplay into the game. Pretty much all of it is grand campaign playthrough. I hardly ever, actually I've never played a multiplayer yet. I have looked into a couple of matches and there just weren't enough players for me to get a connection with. So at any rate, we're going to do some of these descriptions here, just show you a little bit of the game to start with. This is my first upload series recently of Total War Rome 2. I haven't been able to find my other previous uploads. They don't seem to be on YouTube anymore. So at any rate, after Alexander's death, his mightiest generals tore apart his empire as they fought for it. Over the years, the claims and counterclaims of legitimacy deepened the rivalry between the successors. While all claimed to be Greek and promoted Hellenization in their kingdoms, each also claimed to be the one true inheritor of Alexander's legacy. So here we have successor conflicts, major diplomatic penalty with all Hellenic factions, Alexander's legacy, minus 50% resistance to foreign occupation. So we're going to resist foreign occupation a lot better. Again, I already stated the start year, initial challenge and game difficulty. Macedon, the birthplace of Alexander the Great, the home of world-conquering glory. All lesser nations should tremble at the name. But now, Macedon is a shadow of what it was, and perhaps the seed of what could be. Can a new Alexander return Macedon to her rightful glory? We will see. So we also get Thessalian Pride, plus 20% charge bonus for all cavalry units, and Barbarian Subduers. So we'll get plus 20% melee attack during battles against barbarian tribes. So let's go ahead and kick this off.
The barbarians are coming. Tylis in particular is a problem and must be kept in check. The Athenians continue to resent your rule. They may turn against you, or convince your Spartan allies to betray their treaty. No matter, faced with hostility from Epirus, Sparta should remain true, and may distract Epirus long enough for you to consolidate your rule at home. Conflict with the remaining successor kingdoms is inevitable, and you must be ready. Do not be afraid to seek military support from others if necessary. Rest assured, Macedon is the true heir to Alexander's legacy. It will rise once more.
Alright, so that thing is done now. Now our first objective issued is to completely control 2 provinces either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. If we do that, we will get a boost or bonus to our treasury of 2,500 dinars. Alright, so we're going to accept that. One of the first things I'm going to do is actually take apart this navy. It is eating up the income that we get every turn, so we're just going to go ahead and disband that. Also, if you notice, we do have a +1 to our food, but that is going to actually reduce in the next couple turns. So what we're going to do is turn that into a fishing port at Pella. That's going to help us with food. And we're actually going to move Antigonos II out. We're going to move him close to this border here. The reason we're doing that, I want him to train troops or recruit troops from Pella and not Pulpadeva, because Pulpadeva actually has just militia troops that they can recruit. Militia hoplites and slingers. So they're not as effective. They're not as effective as the troops here, which we can get regular pikemen. We'll get a couple of those and disband this. Now, I would like to mention I am going to be using a couple rules against myself to make it more difficult. For example, I have a rule that states, we're going to get rid of these javelinmen. I like slingers better, especially early game. Once I'm able to get archers, I'll transfer to archers, and then they'll just be a constant in my armies. But for now, we're going to get 4 slingers. I'm allowing myself 4 skirmishers, 2 pikes, and 1 artillery unit per army. I'm also limiting my cavalry to 3 units of cavalry per army. However, my generals can be a cav unit, and they do not count against that. So those are my rules. So for now, we've basically blown all of our money. We'll go ahead and get some technology going. I always start with logistics, the military side first. I do this, and then after 2 turns, I'll do that one for 2 turns, and then I go straight into getting the skirmisher camp for the archers. Alright, so we're going to end the turn there. Now, sometimes during this upload series, I'm going to cut some of these turns out.
This enemy must be attacked. Are you waiting on strategic advice from your gods?
Alright, so I'm not going to join war against Epirus right now. We are actually attacking Tylis, the person we are at war with already. So I'm going to decline this. Now, the episode name is Attack on Tylis. Our goal for this episode is to reduce Tylis to rubble and basically destroy that faction.
My people can only dream of wealth like yours. Can you not spare some for us?
Now, I don't agree with the military access because it's going to allow him to come into my territory, and if he ends up not caring about our friendship, he will remove that military access, leave his troops in country, and then siege me as like a blitzkrieg. So we're going to decline that. We're going to reject that. And I don't even care what he has to say after that. Pustus has returned home. He was our Navy general. We're going to go spy on Tylis a bit with our spy here. I want to see what they're doing.
Commander.
Alright, so we're going to get 2 more cav, and then a whole bunch of hoplites. So we can get 7 more hoplites. Alright, anything doing over here? No? Alright. How we doing up here? So they're mad, but they're not mad enough to rebel yet. Alright, let's go ahead and check this. We did have a child, Demetrius II. We are living off of Antigonos I line, so we have Antigonos II as our Basilius. His father, Demetrius, has passed away, so his son is now Demetrius II. And our other family, if you will, is the Greek family. So Cosmos is a general in one of my armies. Pustus was the Navy general. And Demetrius Kalos is actually part of the Antigonid dynasty. He is like a second cousin or something like that, just estranged. Now there is an inherit button. Where is it? Or an adopt button. That one. So I can adopt Demetrius Kalos into the Antigonid dynasty, and he would come as an offshoot. Anyway, moving on. The more exciting part is the battles. So we're going to end the turn. The battles I'm going to be doing a little bit differently. I'm going to play the battle, but I'm going to post into the upload the recording of the battle. So I'm going to actually do I'm going to be the commentator on the battle and not be playing it at the time. So as you can see, a food shortage. We're down by 1 food. So our armies are going to take a hit there for a little bit. But we are 1 turn away from a fishing port, which will reverse that. So let's go ahead and get that technology going. We do have money to do some upgrades, but we're not going to be doing those yet. We want to take down Tylis as soon as possible. And now this is showing us how much the health is, how many units are in their actual unit card. And we're going to recruit some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, there's 650 and I have 550. Alright, so we need 3 more. That's going to be about 1 more turn. We'll move her there. Let me see if I can get some slingers for this one. 1, 2. Awesome. Just to defend Pulpadeva. Eventually, we're going to move Antigonos II back this way so he can respond, if need be, and move this army down here to recruit the troops like he did. For now, that seems like enough. We have done some... We'll do army sabotage. Oh, I can't. Can't afford it. Can't afford it. Alright, end the turn. So that's my plan. And during these end turns, sometimes I'm going to do some cuts. So you'll just see me end the turn and then come back for my turn if nothing happens in between.
Darkness gathers, or you can be the light for my people. I ask humbly for a treaty.
So, I believe they're asking me for a treaty because they're about to be at war with the Odrysian Kingdom. RDI seems to like them. We're not going to do this because we want to have the option open to attack them after Tylis. I don't think we're going to be able to get there, but we want the option open to us. Alright, so our food is replenished. Our army, our main army, is 2 turns away from being full.
Ready for battle.
And we're going to get another slinger in there. Remember, they're just for defensive. I know I said 4 archers per unit, but again, for this defensive unit to start with, I have to do that.
The gods have given signs that we must bring our friendship to an end. And I am a pious man.
Yeah, I bet you are pious. You jerk. Sparta, for as awesome as you are, you're kind of a jerk. Alright, research is complete for land reclamation. Agent exposed and childborn. Alright, so we're going to go into our technology, go into management, and we're just going to click that. Now what this is going to do is it's automatically going to research that for 2 turns and then go straight to this one for 3 turns. So I won't have to pick another one until this is done. Alright, so he's still recruiting. He's got 1 more left. Let's see where he went.
What do you on the road again?
Alright, so he went down there. Do I have enough for army sabotage? I do.
I do enjoy a little trouble.
Oh, successful.
Succeeding
Haha.
is what I do.
That is awesome. And she increased in rank. So now we're going to level her up. Let's see. So each one of these has something that it does. It actually has a few things. But you have to unlock these to get these access and level her up more to get them opened up. So we're going to click this one. It says +1 zeal, plus 5% chance of success of enemy... Oh no, negative 5% chance of success of enemy agent actions. Minus 5% campaign movement range for enemy agent after a successful misdirection. We're not going to get that one. We'll get this one. The thief... we're going to get that one so we can try to steal from the enemy. Alright, so we got 1 more turn and we're going to battle. End the turn there. Now, I'm not sure if he's just going to come straight up and attack my armor or if he's going to go up to Pulpadeva. So we're going to have to see. Ooh, Sparta chased Epirus to the walls of Pella. Oh, he's going to fortify. Okay. Alright, so we're going to be able to take the fight to him.
We hunger for battle.
So why don't we go ahead and do that?
To victory!
Alright, so the balance of power, which is what this bar here is, says we are pretty heavily in favor of winning this. They have 2 cav units, 4 skirmishers, and a whole bunch of infantry. But what they don't have is pikes. So I'm definitely going to try to take their cavalry out first. That seems like a good plan. Alright, we're gonna fight. Welcome to the battlefield. This is our first pitch battle versus Tylis. Now, I'm doing this in a different fashion. I am saving the replays after I finish the battles, after I finish winning them or losing them, however it goes. And I am doing the replay and recording the replay with my commentary over that. And I feel like that's going to give me a better chance to show a lot of the carnage that is going on during the battle. Because I'm not having to micromanage my army. It's already been done. I'm just watching the replay. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our army comp. Our army composition is a whole lot of hoplites. So, I like hoplites because they have spears, they get into hoplite wall, and they can take a beating. They have pretty good morale. And all in all, they do extremely well. Now let's see. Behind them, I have my general. And then behind him, I have my 4 units of skirmishers. Now, I know in the description of this first video I put my rules, but I'll state them here now. It is limited to 2 pikemen, 4 skirmishers, 3 cavalry units per army comp. The general does not count towards those, so you can have a cavalry general, a skirmisher general, and it does not count towards my army compositions. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show there's the Hoplites, my general here, that Chad that he is. Let's see if we can find him. I believe that's him there. I believe. Because he's the only person with the cape on. You know what I mean? I don't see any other people in that unit that has a cape, so he is the general. That's Antigonos II. Let's take a better look at him. Look at him right in the face. Right in the face. Look at that, Chad. Look at that, Chad. Alright, so let's take a look at the enemy army composition and their placement. So, as of right now, they are pretty entrenched in their own camp. They did fortify. So it's going to be a rough battle. They are kind of wedged in there pretty tight. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. Don't know why they're outside of their walls, but that should make for easy pickings if they stay there. So what do they have? What all do they have? So they have Levy Freemen, and you can see their unit card right there to the left. They have some more Levy Freemen. They do have some Thracian warriors that have some decent attack, but their melee defense is pretty low. They also have some more Levy Freemen, some light horse, more reserves of Levy Freemen, some more light horse, and then some more reserves of Levy Freemen. Now there are some skirmishers in here. They're just hidden from us due to the encampment. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and kick this off. And I am going to speed this up at times because it is a pretty long distance before we actually get into any kind of combat. So I'm going to speed this up. And at this point in time, I just kind of sent them all up in formation. Now my skirmishers are going to get there before my infantry, and I don't want that. I don't want them to have the option to run their cavalry out the front door and smack into my archers. So to counteract this, I allowed my infantry to gain some ground on them. As you can see, my cavalry over here dancing around, making a move and stuff like that. It's okay. There wasn't really much done. As you can see, only two people died there. None for that unit. So I don't even think they made it to the walls. I think the archer towers actually took those 2 out. And at that point in time, I saw my slingers here firing at the Levy Freemen there. I didn't want them to fire on it, so I took all my skirmishers and took them off of free fire mode. Now I've selected options for them, and we're going to slow it down here because it is starting to get juicy. I'm going to set these 2 in formation to block this Levy Freeman unit in place. That way they can't escape. And it's also going to keep the flank for this unit secure from them coming over. So as you can see, the slingers are like, hey, we can come out now. And the Thracian warriors are like, hey, we'll go flank them. Oh crap, there's a whole bunch more infantry coming. We can't do that. So here we go. Now I am eventually going to move this unit closer this way. So they are actually firing at the back of this Levy Freeman unit. And now my slingers are doing a great job getting over the wall for this Celtic slinger unit. They're doing a lot of damage both to the Celtic slingers and the units running past. As you can see, they're kind of locked into this area. Now I noticed they weren't attacking this way, and I needed to change that. So at some point here soon, I actually have them go in and lock them in place. So their slingers are still firing heavy on my hoplites here. They've lost a few men, but that's okay. This unit is just being some chads, just standing strong. Now this Levy Freeman unit is losing the current combat. They're losing it because these guys are awesome. They are very heavy spear infantry against light spear infantry, so they're going to do amazing. And as you can see, that's when I started sending them in. I'm like, oh no, this can't just be a one-sided battle. And then I sent some more reserves in. just to block it off. Now, as you look at this. They left some archers right out in the open. Now, here soon, these cav here are going to strike, and they're going to strike hard. Now, I don't know if you could see them way over there. Oh, look. See what I mean about my slingers here? I moved them over here to hit the backs of these levy freemen. Or the sides, even. So I'm just trying to keep them locked into place. I kind of send some more infantry that way. My slingers decided to do something like whatever they wanted to do. They aren't out of ammo. They just aren't on guard mode. And I notice it before they actually get into combat and, you know, pull them back. Now, we have pushed them back quite a bit. As you can see, there's many, many dead right here. And there's probably many dead here as well from getting hit in the back. And here we go. See it? See it? The cavalry coming in. Now they are taking archer fire from the towers, but boom, they make contact. And then I send this other unit to harass these other archers. Now I don't want them to get stuck in combat with the cavalry here, because then an infantry unit could be sent over to deal with them. But it looks like they're just cycle charging the front line, trying to break through. My archers, or my slingers, are doing something weird there. I back them up and have them attack that unit there. My cav is still wrecking havoc here. And I kind of left them in a little longer than I should have. I'm pretty sure this unit either died or routed. But I had time to send infantry around to there. They are blocked in here. They're just locked in solid. There is no movement there. Nothing. I'm sending up some pikes, and there's just no way that they are going to be able to dislodge these units. Not only that, but you have infantry flanking in from the side here, and they're going straight after the archers. Boom. Now these archers are locked into melee with spearmen. That's not a good sign for them. These slingers are getting pelted by my slingers, or these slingers were. Here soon I'm going to switch targets and these slingers are going to get hit. But for now, I need to break an infantry unit off so that way I can deal with these slingers up here. Now I'm not sending my cavalry in. They took a lot more damage than I wanted them to. But as you can see, my pike unit here, set in place, set in place. They kind of do need to reform, but they're still okay. Sending more infantry around to the back. Now they're facing some mercenary Celtic warriors. Let's see if we can get some good death scenes here. Oh, it's a hard battle here. Now I send them through. Not through the infantry. The infantry is locked in battle here. I just stretched my lines out. And by stretching them out, I ended up hitting these slingers here and catching them into combat. Now we are kind of hit in the rear here. As you can see, confident attacked in the rear. But look, I have 2 more units of infantry right behind them, and they are being directed straight into the battle. As you can see, I'm sending some cavalry back. I'm getting them out of the fire of the archer towers. Pikes are still holding strong. 110 left. Still holding this big blob of just men. Of Celtic barbarian men. And he's dead. He died. So let's see if we can see any more death and destruction. See, this is what pikes are good at. Pikes are good at digging in, funnel them through with walls directly into the pike front, and watch their sides and rear. If you can contain their sides and rear, as you can see here, look what I did. I set up hoplites facing the other way to get shot by the archer tower. That way my pike unit isn't getting shot in the rear. And I did it on this side. I will be doing it on this side soon. I gotta pull a hoplite unit from here. But at any rate, we are making huge gains in here. We attack them in the rear. They're losing decisively. I mean, at this point in time, it is just a slugfest. It is just a straight up slugfest. Now, I did manage to form some lines here with my hoplite wall, and then I formed up lines here. And what this is doing, it's allowing them to funnel into my pike wall, which is kind of like a shield wall. It's going to be very difficult for them to get through this wall without dying, obviously. Let's take a peek. Yes. So some of these guys, they're eager, they're fresh, they're not in combat. I have not told them to attack. So they're going to stay fresh. Now these guys, they're in melee. So they are going to start becoming exhausted over time. But as always, you know, if you pour more troops into the rear, boom, here we go. Now I form them up, and what I'm going to start doing is I notice that I'm losing troops. So this hoplite unit is down to 22 men, and they are shattered. They are broken. They are gone off the battlefield. Now this one's at 23. They're losing decisively, and they are shaking and wavering, and I see what's happening. These archer towers, they are messing me up badly. So how do you fix that? How do you fix it? You send more troops, and watch what I do. I'm going to send more troops. While this battle is still raging, now look, they changed sides again. Now they're attacking this side. But again, it's a pike wall. You're not going to get through it with infantry. You need to attack it from the rear. You need to attack it with archers, of which they have none left. In the middle here, there isn't really any lines anymore. It's just a slugfest. The general has gotten into combat with my hoplites. I'm going to go ahead and support them with my skirmishers here in a moment, once I realize that that has happened. As you can see, I'm starting to pull units away. I'm starting to pull them out of the battle. This unit is coming around, and they're coming to hit them in the rear. Now these guys, they're just kind of chilling here. They're here to keep them honest. They're going to take a break, even though they are in melee and they're unit winning decisively. There they go. Now they're going into the fight more. We have mercenary Celtic warriors that are exhausted. Levy freemen that are exhausted and wavering. More levy freemen that are wavering. It looks like it's a chain rout. Looks like a chain rout is about to happen. And they broke. One has broken and is routing, and they are gone. They are shattered. Two more are ready to go. There we go. And here I go. I'm sending units away from this slugfest to start taking arrow towers, so they'll start fighting for me. There goes another unit. So I'm not worried about them. They have 60 men, but they're also fighting here in the middle. I bring in my cavalry and hit these guys in the rear. Boom. My hoplites broke. They are broken now. Which leaves this Oathsworn up to come attack these hoplites in the rear, but instead they just go into this meat grinder that is my pike wall here. And they try to go help out the units in there. And because of that, I felt extremely confident that I could pull the rest of my infantry away and bring them around to this side here. To this side here. So let's see how this battle's going. Now, yes, I am losing a ton of men here. I am losing a ton. It is just a massacre beyond a scale that I can fathom at this point. Like, it has become extremely bad. I have 5 citizen cav left. 5. 4. 3. See, they're dying. And they're shattered. 2. I mean, they're probably going to get eliminated before they can get off the map. But I have taken this archer tower. I have taken this one, so they're going to start firing in here. However, this unit is badly damaged. Very badly damaged. but they took the tower. They did what they were intended to do. So as you see here, I kind of reformed a little bit. Reformed a little bit there, but they did get into my pike wall, which is very deadly. They left 2 units here to keep me stuck in, which is great. However, they also left their general exposed to the slingers. They actually left all their units exposed to the slingers. Alright, so my pikemen are wavering. But as you can see, the slugfest in the middle has pretty much been won. We went and took the archer towers. I'm trying to run these hoplites off to the side here, away from the range of this tower and this tower, and just hoping they survive the rest of the battle. I'm moving a unit here to take this one. I'm moving this unit in here to take it faster. And I am just trying to hold out. My pikemen are doing their greatest. They have 377 kills. 378, 379. The Oathsworn here have 79 kills in comparison. The Levy Freemen here have 7. 7 kills. And we have won the battle at the center. So the Hoplites are going to go clean up these Levy Freemen that are trying to stop us from taking this archer tower. I'm going to send my infantry over to deal with them, and they shatter. And now we go to hit the Oathsworn in the rear as they come up against these pikemen who are now at they're at 400 kills now. 400 kills. And there we go. That is the win. Now, if I leave this up, I think I can leave this up and kind of zoom in. Look at the death here at the main entry point. Macedon, you know, Antigonos' forces, as well as the Tylis forces that were chewed up here for the duration of battle. They fought the entire 17 minutes and just ground it down and ground it down and ground it down. I mean, I can't say enough for this battle. This battle was an epic one. It was hard fought to the last man, and we finally came home with it. So here we are at the post-battle. It was a Pyrrhic victory. We deployed 2,100 troops, and as you can see right here, this was our army composition. We lost 1,625, but we took the fight to them, and we killed 1,827 of them in the battle itself. Now, our enemy Tylis, Commontorius, had deployed a little under what we deployed. He deployed 2,040 units, 2 units a light horse, a whole bunch of spear units. He also brought 4 skirmishers, some mercenary Celtic swordsmen, some Thracian warriors, and his Oathsworn. So due to that, and you can see their kills, these mercenary Celtic warriors actually did pretty well for them with 127 kills. Everything else kind of got caught in the meat grinder and didn't really... I mean, these slingers got 122 kills. That's pretty fantastic for them. So let's go ahead and compare that to mine. I had one pike unit get 431 kills on their own. That is 25% of the battle was done with just this one pike unit. That is insane to me. Just insane. Those guys are a bunch of chads. Let's take a look at this. The companion cavalry didn't perform as best as I thought they would. I figured I could get more kills with them. However, it was an entrenched enemy, and I couldn't get them into the archers. So they kind of got killed a lot by the archer towers, and I just had to send them away. We were able to salvage the unit. We didn't lose the unit, so that's great news. However, they just didn't perform as well as they should have for the price of the unit. Taking a look at our secondary pike unit, they got 181 kills, also fantastic for a pike unit. The pikes did almost half the battle just themselves there. The other half the battle, I would have to say, was carried by the Hoplites. We had 3 units breach 100 kills. 2 other units come within 20 kills of 100. Now, our citizen cav, they did quite, they did better than the companion cav. They actually got some archer kills. So they got up to 75 and 48, and then our skirmishers did amazing. Of course, this slinger unit kind of seemed to be in the battle a little bit heavier than the rest of these. I mean, this unit did get obliterated, but that was obliterated by the archer towers. It was that far unit on the side right. So at any rate, they got 99 kills and then 94 kills for a healthy unit. So we did pretty fantastic for the battle duration that we see here. So with that being said, let's take it back to the campaign map. We are going to need to go back home to replenish. And but we did something good here. We knocked down their army a bit, so he won't be able to attack again. So everything in red here has been killed or captured. It's been disbanded. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 units still left around after that battle because everything else was just eaten up so badly. Now, if you notice on the opposite side, I also have lost about 6 total unit cards. The most money we're going to get is just from releasing the captives. We can enslave them or kill them, but again, we get the most money from releasing them. So we are definitely going to be doing that.
Ready for battle.
Alright, we're going to bring him back.
Advance.
We are not going to be attacking Anthei right now. That's it. We're going to save our money too. That way we can get all 6 recruited really quickly.
What do you wish of me?
Hopefully 2 turns.
I do enjoy.
And we'll
a little
sabotage his supplies. And it was successful. Alright.
How can I be of assistance?
So I think we are ready now. Let me see. We have 6, so we could upgrade that with some money. We can upgrade this. Let's go with the temple to Zeus. There we go. That'll help the public order there. It's at -53 and it's at -5 a turn, even though I have a general encamped there. Alright. So here we go. Let's see what Tylis does as a response to that Pyrrhic victory of ours. Oh, he ran home. I kind of figured he would do that. He lost a lot of troops there. Sweet. Alright, so that research is complete. We are now starting another one. We're going to move him back and let them replenish. And we can actually do this. Merge them all. Disband that one. And yeah. Alright. So let's get a pikeman.
Come, fight with us.
2 horse. 2 slingers. And then we need to do hoplites next. 8 hoplites. Alright, that's going to be okay. They need some time to replenish. This is going to take 3 turns, 4 turns, 7 turns, and 5 turns. Alright, so we're going to end the turn there. Now, there is a population surplus at Pulpadeva. I don't want to do anything with it yet. We will do something to help public order here on the next turn. I was trying to save money. Not quite sure if I'm going to be able to recruit all those people at once. Child is born. What I do want to do is, you see this educate button here? I want to send my heir off to be educated. And it does cost money, so I'm only going to be able to do him this turn. And we're going to hurt our recruitment.
We hunger for battle.
But if we wait too much longer, it'll be too late. So there we go. It's gonna take us... Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough money for that. We're gonna end the turn. So like I said before, I'm gonna cut out a lot of this stuff to where I'm unit replenishing. I am just trying to stay neutral. And maybe I can shorten the recruiting time by moving them into the city. Oh, Demetrius II died. My heir died. No way. Just sent him off to tutoring, and he died at age 11. Oh my god.
Commander,
Alright, let's see if this changes anything.
hold this a garrison. Ready for orders.
4. Yeah, kinda. Alright, 1, 2,
We need
3.
good fighters.
Need 4 more, so we're gonna end the turn there. Again, I'm saving that upgrade at Pulpadeva until we can go and take the fight back to Tylis. This is taking a lot of time that I really...
Magnificence and greatness always come at a price. And our price must, by necessity, be high.
So I need to hurry up recruiting so I can go to war with Tylis again so we can take the fight to them. I'm not going to allow RDI military access. They are fighting Athens, I believe. So we're just going to let them go. Alright. Oh, plague. Who's got plague? Where's it at? Plague. Oh, it's in Pulpadeva. Alright. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll get that. There we go. So that's done.
Ready for orders.
How many troops does it have? 14? How many do you have? 16? We'll move you up. How many do you have? 9 plus the garrison of 2, 4, 6, 7, so 16. Yeah, we're okay.
Ready
We're
for
okay.
orders.
No horse, 3 slingers, some mercenaries. Okay. The next thing I'm going to research is going to be this land management. It's going to help us with food and stuff like that in the future.
At your
We are
service.
going to army sabotage him at
Sabotage.
57.
An
Yeah, that's a high
excellent
percentage.
choice. It could have been
Oh,
worse.
opportune failure. So they didn't get it, but it wasn't wasted. There was
I am an
nothing
agent of
hindering them from
hate.
making another attempt. So, one more
I
time.
will see it done.
And failed.
I
Okay.
apologize for my
And now
failure.
she's exposed. That's okay. That's fine. We're going to wait for this. I want to put a skirmisher camp there. I want to recruit all my troops from Pella to start with, and then we'll have subsequent cities as we expand out be training grounds for other troops. Alright, so she needs to be
My
upgraded.
skills are yours.
We'll go ahead and upgrade that. Make her a better thief. And I don't think I have enough to send anybody off for tutoring, so we're just going to end the turn there. And we're going to see what Tylis does. Now the end goal is to destroy Tylis.
The portents are clear. A treaty between us would please the gods. I have no wish to offend them.
Alright, so they want to give me a non-aggression pact, and they're going to pay me 440 dinars. See, I don't like it. I mean, yeah, I could use the money, but then that stops me from attacking them in the future here at the Illyrian province. Illyria. So we're going to cancel that. We're going to reject that. Alright, so Tylis isn't moving from there, it looks like. He could have, but he didn't.
This is a time for
Again.
just proud.
Again, no, I don't want to pay you for a non-aggression pact. Mission failed. Oh, I didn't recruit a champion. I didn't even remember that mission. Thracia rebellion is imminent. That is here, which is true. Let me see.
Ready for battle.
Oh, I should have recruited troops there.
Soldiering.
There's 3
It's
more.
a good life.
How many more turns? 3, 1. Okay. End the turn because we have no money. And here we go. It's a pretty even battle, but they're attacking us. So we're going to go ahead and fight this battle on the battlefield. And welcome to the Battle of Macedon, 262 BC. We are playing Macedon, and we are defending against Tylis. Now, this is Tylis' counterattack to the Battle of Byzantium, 267 BC. After that Pyrrhic victory of ours, we did head home. At least we crossed over into our territory so we could replenish some troops. It was a Pyrrhic victory. We did lose quite a few men in that battle. So this is Tylis' answer to that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the troop compositions real quick. Tylis has brought Oathsworn. Let me get a good picture of them. Oathsworn, now they are good in melee. They have good charge bonus. They have really good melee defense. They are really good units to use on the battlefield. However, they aren't very effective when they are the only good units on the battlefield. So the only other thing that they really have supporting them that I'm worried about is these mercenary Celtic warriors. These guys can be pretty deadly to spear units. So it really just depends on where they attack as far as my lines go. If they attack pikemen, there's no way they're going to do any damage. So that is the enemy troop compositions. Now it is looking weird on this, the balance of power. The yellow is actually Tylis. I'm doing the replay again, and this replay has us as the attacker. However, we actually played this battle as the defending army. So at any rate, they brought a few units of Celtic slingers. I think they learned a tip from the last battle that slingers can be very deadly. So let's go ahead and go over and take a look at our lineup. So we do still have 4 units of Celtic slingers, or not, I'm sorry, not Celtic slingers, just slingers, which are going to be deadly in combat, especially against their Celtic counterparts. You can just look at these guys, look at them. Yeah. And we have 4 units to their 3, so this is definitely going to be a one-sided skirmishing battle. Now, as far as our infantry goes, we have 2 units of pike, which is the max that we can have per army. And I have set them up in the direct center right here, being a nice wall of man. And then hoplites supporting, because if they can manage to get behind my pike wall, they're going to end up chewing my pikes up instead of being chewed up by them. So we have our 6 units of hoplites defending the flanks, and then our general in the back, the Royal Peltus. Alright, now I know what you're thinking. I thought we had cavalry in our armies, and we do. I have them hidden up here as a flanking force. So when Tylis comes down this main area here, he's going to smack right into my wall. And once he's stuck into this wall here, my cavalry is going to start wreaking havoc in his back lines. Alright, so without further ado, let's begin this battle. And I am going to cut parts out.
If we are victorious and live, I will sacrifice to Zeus and Ares for their favor and help in our defense. But we mortals must do our parts as well. Fight with honor, and all will be well.
Yeah, now they start cheering. Alright, so I am going to cut parts of this out just because there's no real need to sit here and watch them approach. So I'm going to speed it up and cut this out. Alright. The horns are blaring. They are within the range of the slingers. Let's see if they can... Yep, there's one volley.
Take aim! Hades, take our enemies!
And... a second volley.
At the double!
Now, they only killed 2 there, but at this point in time, I'm retreating them back. I don't want them to get caught in between the infantry there, because that would be extremely deadly for them. As you can see, these mercenary Celtic warriors throwing some Pella, some Javies maybe. But they smack into my pikemen, which is going to present a problem for them. Look at this guy.
Attack, you sons of Ares!
Running straight in. Constant slinger fire. They're cycling troops in. And I'm just waiting. I'm really just waiting at this point. Because I want these guys to be open, but I can't do anything about them until these guys commit and stay committed. But that's okay. I mean, my slingers have been tearing them up. They're down to 38 men for that unit there. And now you see the wall of pikes. And there goes one unit. One unit of slingers gone. They're down to 4 men. And look, look. The cavalry are on the move. The cavalry are going in. The general is now committing. Their entire melee force is right here. Leaving what open? That's right. Leaving the archers open for this. Yes. And then I bounce another unit off. These guys are trying to escape it, but they catch them as well. Now I back them out of here because I noticed half their unit went this way, and I don't want them to be that way. So once they come and get... Yep, there we go. Now that these guys are stuck out of the melee blob, that unit's going to go back in for the charge. Now these units back here got chewed up, or this unit here got chewed up. I'm just going to set my cav there. I'm moving my infantry around to surround this infantry blob here. That way the spearmen can't get to the back line here and attack my cav. Because spears to cav are deadly. Yep, and now the encirclement is almost complete. As you can see here, my slingers are being told to move off to the sides here, over this way. The reason for that is, while I'm surrounding them with infantry, I still have a spot open that I can use my slingers to fire into. So my general is safe back here. He can't be general sniped. He can't be focused down by infantry units because he's away. He is behind a nice wall of pikes and hoplites. And here we go. Now their units are going to try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Disengage in here to attack these slingers. See, look, here they come. Here they come. So I did have them on skirmish mode for this. Just because if, like there, I had to tell that unit to. And now since there's no formation here, my cav are going to go in. My companion cav. Yeah. And now they're dropping. Just losing men. And now I tell my slingers to fire on these two units. And here, oh, yep, get the companion cav out. Now it looks like the Oathsworn here kind of got behind my units. But that's okay. I've got my slingers over here slinging at their backs. So what they did was, they didn't just expose themselves, or they didn't just attack my flank, they exposed their flank to archer fire. And now their general is gone, he's off the battlefield. 4 men left. And here comes the end for them. And they flee. And that's the battle, my friends. Alright, so we're going to check out these results here. Alright, so again, we deployed 1,576. They deployed 1,589. We only lost 158. Their losses were 1,377. They only killed 150 of us, but we did kill the exact number of losses that they had. We inflicted that damage. The reason we lost more men than they killed is because of friendly fire. So let's take a look at these. The pikes did awesome. One unit getting over 200 kills, the other one getting over 150 kills. We had a unit of hoplites get 160 plus kills, and a unit of slingers get close to 95. 2 of our cav units got over 100 kills. That's fantastic. One of them being the companion cavalry. They kind of saved the slingers there when those Levy Freemen came out. It's never wise to send your cavalry after hoplites or spear-equipped units. You always want to send them at the backs of those units or at archers. So I only did that as a quick save my archers kind of thing to do. It worked out in my favor and I did not lose that unit, so it ended up being worth it. So alright, let's head back to the campaign map.
Destination reached.
I have talked to the wise woman, and all speak of a treaty. And our elders see greatness in you.
Alright. Well, I see greatness in myself too, but not with the barbarian faction. You are going to end up meeting the Pike Phalanx soon. Except Rebellion imminent, Macedon. Oh, we got that. Oh, mission issued. Defeat the Glory of Apana Tylis in battle. Alright, so we're going to try to do that actually. He's only got 4 fighting units left. And we have a lot more than that. We have 19 still. And most of them still healthy. Alright, so I feel like instead of recruiting, we should take out these guys real quick. With what we have. What do you have? 4? Alright, so that's what we're going to do. Attack him.
To battle!
Attack him again.
Kill the cowards!
Now, this is a rebellion force. I'll go ahead and throw this one in there as well. It's a rebellion force from Pulpadeva. We're just going to go ahead and grind them up real quick, get them out of here. And welcome to the Battle of Pulpadeva. Pulpadeva. There is no L there between the U and the D. Pulpadeva. Alright, anyway. Welcome to the Battle of Pulpadeva. It is 261 BC, and we are playing as Macedon. We are fighting some Thracian rebels today. This is to put down a rebellion in Pulpadeva that was spawned from local unrest. Once we manage to crush these rebels and put in some foundations for the people to be heard more and more food and this and that, then they're going to start liking us better and we'll get our happiness up. So for now, we need to crush this rebellion to prove that we are the rightful rulers of Pulpadeva. So today we're bringing some Royal Peltists, Slingers, and Hoplites, and that's pretty much it. We are going to have to find the enemy on the map here, and I believe they're up over here, but I don't know that to start with. So I cannot see their army when I started this battle. So alright, so I'm going to speed this along until we get closer to it. They do take me by surprise. So as you can see, my army's kind of, I'm forming them up a little bit right there. And then I move them up. We'll go at half, or at 2 times speed, not 3 times speed. Now we'll play it. So I send some archers up there to kind of scout ahead and see what's up there. I sent some archers the other way, thinking maybe they were over there. And as soon as they come over the crest here, my archers see them. And there they are. They're tribal garrison. So I immediately turn my slingers, my skirmishers, to them to get some shots off. But I also move my infantry up immediately. Now, if you notice, there's quite a bit of them coming over. They got some archers here. They're mainly archers. That's what they got. They have no infantry, really. So by moving up my infantry the way I am, their skirmishers are actually focusing on my infantry and not on my skirmishers that are actually the ones killing them. Look at this. They're already down below half. They have 40 men left. They are broken. So I don't want to run them off. I don't want my infantry to attack them. I want my skirmishers to. So let's take a look in the back here. So as you can see, I've got 3 units way in the back here. Plenty of room to fire. Now my skirmishers are taking out the Thracian nobles right here that are about to clash with my infantry, my hoplite wall here. And this is what I want them to do. Because now, see? I put them into hoplite formation. I adjust my skirmishers to attack these on the hill. Yeah. I mean, we're doing damage to them, and that's the point. We let these guys fight. Look at him go. Here. Yeah. Look at him fight. Get him. Yeah, stab him. Alright. So my skirmishers are still hitting their skirmishers. I had some skirmishers get involved in melee with them. And I think it's because these javelin men are out of ammo. So they're just wrecking my skirmishers, my slingers. This guy has been nothing but beaten down by him. He's doing great though. Look at him go. Oh, now he's dead. So now they're sending their skirmishers into my skirmishers for melee. That's fantastic. I kind of want them stuck in. Currently they're in melee, but losses are happening because I do still have 3 units of skirmishers back here that are firing directly at them. So there they go. All their skirmishers die. Their leader here has been broken against our hoplite wall, and there is just nothing they can do. So we're going to end the battle and take a look at the results. Against these Thracian rebels, we deployed 930, we lost 363, but we killed 341. So we gave it to them a little bit less than they gave it to us. There's Thracian skirmishers and the Thracian nobles did pretty good damage against us. They were pretty effective. They lost 344 out of the 390 that they deployed. However, they killed 345, so I would be happy with that if I was their king or their leader. At any rate, let's take a look at this. We had our hoplite units do decently. I mean, they're okay. Our skirmishers really was where the meat and potatoes came from. And then our royal pelts is getting 21 kills. Their Thracian nobles racking up 124 kills on us. And then a Thracian skirmisher getting 112 kills. See, they were right on point, right in the right spot to throw their jabbies to do the maximum amount of damage. If only they could have gotten that from the other 2 units, they might have actually fared much better in this battle. But, again, they're Thracian rebels, so the dirtbags must die. Alright, anyway, let's head back to the campaign map. And they're not dead yet, but they are so close it's not even funny.
You have further orders?
Cosmos increased in rank.
Move.
Can I reach him?
Commander,
I'll be able to.
wipe them out!
Alright, I'm just going to auto-resolve this one because it's only 1 unit of 30 and I don't want to spend 10 minutes looking for this place, or looking for that person. So we'll just eliminate the rebels there, the Thracian rebels, release the captives, should have enslaved them. It is what it is. And then he's going to go back to Pulpadeva. He is going to go... I'm not scared of him. He's going to go straight into battle.
How may I
I'm
serve?
going to go see who's here.
Swifter than Hermes.
Ah.
There
So
is
they're
no
trying to make a
I can
second army
Besieging
to fight
Sabotage.
me. Okay, okay. We'll do that, and we'll do that. And get some archers going here in the next few turns. Alright, so...
Ready for orders.
let's go ahead and give this guy an upgrade. Accomplished skirmishers, beautiful. I always do that one first to make the slingers more deadly. I also get the strategist one instead of the other ones, just because I like the cunning and gravitas. I feel like I use it more, although if I don't,
What
leave
do
it in the
you wish of
comments.
me?
Hey, you're kind of messing this up. You
They
are
will
overlooking
never know
this
I was there.
this whole thing that you could be
Was
doing.
there ever any
All right. So she succeeded.
How
She
can
did
I
not
be
level up.
assistant?
Ready for battle.
He is ready for character skill point. So we're gonna go ahead and do the strategist. I like. Oh, I might do the philosopher because of the research rate. Cultural conversion, gravitas, and zeal. I do like this one. The other one leads to campaign map movement. All right, we're gonna end the turn. Oh, who are they? Oh,
The
Tylis
sword
wants
was
a peace
drawn,
treaty.
but now it's bloodied. End this feud. We offer peace today, or the sword tomorrow.
Okay, so we're not going to take the peace treaty. We are already in their territory, push them back, and there's really nothing stopping us from eliminating them. Right here, right now. Oh, Pella had a rebellion. Alright, Thesmophoria, I'm not worried about his rebellion.
At your command.
He can come down and take care of that.
At ease, men.
Alright, let's go take
We
Anthei.
hunger for battle.
Anthei.
None will escape.
And welcome to the Siege of Antai, 260 BC. This is the siege in which Macedon, or us, is going to be sieging Tylis at their home city, or hometown, if you will. It's a very, very small, kind of quiet village. There's no walls, anything like that. Their best defense is actually putting men in between these areas that you can walk through. However, I'm not sure they actually have the manpower for that at this during this siege. So we're just gonna take a look at the defending forces, which are gonna start out in the ocean. They are just some assault raiders, Celtic tribesmen, stuff like that. I think their leader is this one. It's one of these three. But at any rate, not much to defend with. So let's check the attacking army, which is our army. So the way I've formed them up is I'm going to have 3 units of Hoplites attacking the center. Boom, right there. I'm going to have 3 units of Hoplites attacking the right, and then I'm going to have 3 units of Hoplites attacking the left. Each one is going to be supported by a skirmisher unit. So the left side will have 1, the right side will have 1, and the center, which will be the heaviest fighting, they're going to have 2 units of slingers there. The pike units, they're going to be behind that center unit to attack the center point. And our general is going to stay in the back to not get attacked by skirmishers or what have you, just to keep them alive, keep the morale high. Now what I did do was I put my cavalry over here. And the reason I did this is because once they get stuck in on these 3 fronts over here, I could send my cavalry here, or I could send them back this way to go around and hit the skirmishers in the back. So I believe at this point in time, the defending forces have no idea these horses are here. Alright, so let's get this started. It's only a 9-minute, 38-minute long siege. Oh, look at the deer. That's a big buck. Alright. Alright. So we only caught half of that. Apparently if I don't have the camera near or on him, he doesn't actually speak. So this is me getting my center, my right moving. Now my left is starting to move up. And I'm trying to keep them attacking at the same time, roughly. So these two I did pretty good with. These ones not so much. I ended up moving these units up first before I went over to the left side. But everybody's moving now. Everything's good. And we should start seeing the enemy here in a moment. Yeah, here's some. Here's some Celtic tribesmen. Now they are a spear unit. They're a medium spear infantry unit. They're not going to do much against our very heavy spear infantry here. Moving everybody up. Now if we look over here, the enemy general is actually right here. They are Thracian warriors. Medium melee infantry, forces outnumbered by the enemy. So I'm going to be kind of cheeky with this. I move my infantry units up the streets. And then I stop them. And they're just going to chill out here and rest for a while. Same thing with these guys. They're going to let the skirmishers come up and let the skirmishers do some damage. Now these skirmishers are in a prime position. They can actually hit the sides of these Thracian warriors. And it's the opposite side as any kind of shield that they may have. See? Boom. One's already dead. Oh my. 15. 16. 16 men died in one volley. Oh my. Alright, so their skirmishers are starting to toss, I believe it's javies. Yeah, they're javies. They're gonna throw javies at my hoplites here, but I'm having none of that, and I turn my slingers on them. Over on this left side, we have not engaged this infantry unit of Celtic tribesmen, but we are keeping them honest. And that unit of skirmishers, my slingers, are attacking these Celtic skirmishers here. Let's see how the general is faring. Oh, general is dead. The general unit has already broken. And there they are. Thracian warriors, 51 left. But what they don't know... Oh wait, where'd my cav go? Let's see if we can find the cav. Oh, there they are. Right there. And apparently I don't send them after them. At this time. Alright, so let's check the main fight here. Oh, there's some cav. My cav are in the back. That's why they're not doing anything. Now these Celtic tribesmen, they have no idea what to do. These Celtic tribesmen are trying to squeak through, it looks like. It looks like they are broken. Yep, shattered, casualties sustained. So they are out of the fight. Here's the cavalry. Cavalry looks like they went through and took out some skirmishers, maybe. Maybe some levy freemen. At any rate, my middle force here, the center force of this attack, is going to just move straight up and blockade right here. They're gonna use this to blockade right here. That way, no enemy forces can come up this way. As you can see, I set up a hoplite wall here. That way, no enemy forces can try to flank around and get behind us. We have sealed off this direction. We have sealed off here inadvertently. And now this side is going to start moving into the center here. Give our slingers a nice clear area to get into the center point. By going off of the backs of these hoplites. Now I can't see the men over here. None of them. Because I haven't pushed my infantry to be able to see around the corner. But here they come. Celtic tribesmen ready to die. And I'm not sure why the AI does this. It might just be because it's a stupid AI. Just sent them against one unit of hoplites. All four of these ships that landed, these ships here, went against one unit of hoplites. Now, I don't know if they meant to because they are light spear infantry and they're just trying to focus down a very heavy spear infantry unit. But that very heavy spear infantry is actually pretty healthy. Not to mention the two other units that you're fighting right here. Because, yeah, you might not have attacked them directly, but these guys are getting attacks on the side. Look. Look at this. And now they're starting to shatter and flee. And they break. And here is where I send my cavalry from over here. I did send them after that general unit. Let me see if I can find the bodies. I believe I did. I can't even tell. There they are. So yeah, I sent them after that general unit, and they managed to run them all down. I did have some infantry here that I was trying to circle around. I had taken this force here and just moved them up this way. And right now they are directly in the way of the retreating forces here. So they're going to cut down a lot of them. And yes, they are shattered. The battle has been won at this point. The battle's been won. We're just trying to run them down. Because how dare you raise a sword against us? We are Macedon. Alright. And yeah, the AI, when they get shattered and they flee, they just kind of run into things. Now, I did notice that if you have units coming up, they'll see the unit and try to turn the other way. But when they're in a situation like this, there is no turning away. So they just run straight into your units. Yeah. They're trying. Oh. Nice. I haven't actually seen that one before. That was very nice. Like, gave him a elbow to the face to knock him down. Alright, so the battle is won. Just running down troops at this point. We'll go ahead and speed this along. Last 20 seconds. And there we go. So let's go to the results screen. So Antigonos II, which is Macedon, we deployed 1,933 units, troops. We lost 43 and killed 739. Now, I'm not sure what the percentage of that is, but that's a pretty high KD ratio there from our guys. The enemy, or the defenders, deployed 780 troops. They lost 739 and only managed to kill 41 units. Now let's see who are the real chads of this battle. Companion cavalry getting 153 kills. Other cavalry units over 70, almost over 75 each. We had our slinger units coming in at 75 plus per unit. All four of them did fantastic. Some of our infantry units didn't even see combat. I mean, the battle was over before they could even get there to engage. Let's check out the enemy. They only got 39 total kills. A skirmisher unit was part of that. I'm pretty sure that was the javelinman. That was hitting our hoplites there at the beginning. So, all in all, we did extremely well. It was a decisive victory, and I'm not sure Tylis is going to be able to come back from this. Alright, so let's head back to the campaign map. Alright. We're gonna occupy.
Ready for battle.
And now
Ready
they
for
have a
orders.
bunch of traditions and stuff. So we're gonna go skirmishers, and I'm gonna go with this one. I want to get the campaign map movement bonus. Let's see. We'll do... Nope, we want cav. Better cav. And actually, we might just want to go ahead and do economy first, or construction. Just so we can get more money. Alright, he can't move. So, let me see if I can recruit with him. I can.
Soldiering. It's a good life.
There we go. Just to start with, I will stop the recruitment of the extra troops next turn so I can go ahead and attack those Thracian rebels. Ooh, Odrysian Kingdom is attacking more rebels. Oh, there's only 60 of them? Oh no, he's gonna expect me to do most of the damage. And welcome to the Battle of Anthei. 260 BC. Now, I know you're wondering, this seems like a repeat. However, this is the Odrysian Kingdom. Here he is. These Thracian Royal Cavalry. They have found some Thracian rebels that they would like to kill. However, this is the only unit he brought. He only has 60 cav. Now, the enemy, the Thracian rebels, have 420 men. So this doesn't seem like it's a very smart idea for the Odrysian Kingdom, but we'll see how this one plays out. So the Thracian king is bringing some very heavy melee cav. They're Thracian Royal Cavalry. We'll see how well they do. We do have an army. The reason this video is actually making it into the recording here is because we are backing them up. We actually have an army stationed close by that is going to be the reinforcement troops coming in. So because of that, I can't go over army comps because I can't see the enemies, and I can't see mine until they come in the wall. So we'll go ahead and get this one started, and we will just go over here and take a look at these guys. Here we go. And we're going to follow these guys into battle. Look at them. Alright, we'll go into battle later. Like, we'll go watch them later. Alright, so here is the enemy. Their forces are starting to be seen. There's a tribal garrison of skirmishers. Another tribal garrison of skirmishers. They're light missile infantry. They have Thracian warriors and Thracian nobles. Very heavy melee and medium melee. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at this cavalry charge. Bam! And it was kind of crappy because the Thracian warriors stopped them. See? They were going after archers, and the Thracian warriors and the Thracian nobles said, nope, we're having none of it. Let's get in here. And now as they're trying to escape the melee, they keep getting dug in more and more and more. Alright, there they go. They got some units out. They got some out. Oh, but they're going back in again. And this is the death of him. I'm sure of it. Not sure why he decided to go in on his own, full tilt like this, just full send. But he did. And at this point, I know I have cav. I'm trying to send some up to save him, or save what we could. However, he's down to 5 men at this point. He is extremely low. They know where he's at. They have skirmishers. He's just circling around, and yeah, they're just going to start shooting him down like so. 3, 2, 1, 0 left. So at that point in time, I'm like, okay, well, cav is probably not the best way to go, but they are going to be pretty quick. So I'm going to form them up here. Changing up my tactics, changing up my game plan. I see their army now. And I decided to call it. See? I'm not using my cavalry. His cavalry got completely and utterly destroyed. So I'm going to bring up my actual army itself, and I'm going to cut part of this out. Alright, so at this point in time, I decided to say, hey, I have 3 units of cavalry where he had 1. So I'm going to see if I can't force his skirmishers out of from behind the infantry, just enough to take care of some of them. So as you can see, they're moving their archers away. I'm attacking. No, I'm not. I'm attacking. No, I'm not. But you can see this archer unit has been pushed out. So now I'm going to attack them. Boom. From both sides. Nope. I move this one off. Now I bring them back in. I wanted them to make some room there. And as you can see, this other archer unit, or this other skirmisher unit, has left the safety of the infantry up here. This one's been gobbled up. They're down to 30 men. Now they're off the battlefield. I pull my cavalry out. Now that this unit has been broken away from the infantry, my companion cav can come in and take care of them while their infantry is trying to figure out what just happened. Now their skirmishers are off the battlefield. See, if he would have just brought a couple more units of cavalry, he could have done the same thing. So in that time, I'm just trying to keep this unit busy so they have a hard time forming up. They can't tell where they're going to be attacked from, if they're going to be attacked. There we go. Now I've gathered up all of my people, all of my cav. And here come the infantry. Alright, we're going to speed this up again. Alright, so I formed up my army at the base of the hill, but I have a whole bunch of slingers left. And they know that that is a dangerous combination. Now, they're still pretty healthy. This Thracian Warriors has 116 left. This Thracian Noble unit has full health. They have a full amount of men that they can have. They also have 13 kills already. Yeah. The Thracian Warriors have 29 kills. The Thracian Nobles have 13 kills. Now, I want them to smack into my infantry like that, while I send my cavalry around the back. They're trying. They are definitely trying. So I move some units up, like always. Try to get in the back of them. Slide them over this way. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to trap them in between 2 units here and 2 units here, because there's 2 units here. Or 4 units, I should say. 4 units here against their 2, and then 4 units on the back, and boom. Now they are sandwiched in there. They're fighting on both sides, attacked in the rear. And now we're just going to squeeze. We're just going to squeeze them to death. This side's about clear. Ooh. And he did. And, oh, right in the throat. Oh man, they're fighting hard though. I gotta hand it to them. Gotta hand it to them. They're fighting hard. Dropped his sword quick. And that's the overview, look. Just men dying, men fleeing, trying to get out of there. 13 warriors left. They're shattered. Everybody in the middle here is shattered. The general is either dead or in the process of dying. 2 guys got stuck in the neck by a spear. And we have a decisive victory against these Thracian rebels. Alright, so let's go to the results tab. Our ally, Kotis, he's not really our ally, he was just our ally for this battle. Deployed 60, lost 60, and only killed 2 troops. He was a cavalry unit, and I feel like he would have done a lot better had he stayed back and then regrouped with my army and maybe went out with my cavalry. Now, I deployed 1,890 troops. I lost 126 of them, but we killed 388. We gave them a lot more than we got, and that is the main point in a war, isn't it? In a battle. Timon, the Thracian rebels general, deployed 420 troops. He lost 394, and he killed 186. Now remember, 60 of those was the Odrysian kingdom there. So, that is the Battle of Anthei between the Odrysian kingdom and Thracian rebels, with Macedon reinforcing. So let's go ahead and head back to the... Alright. So they killed the Odrysian Kingdom's king, but we then destroyed them. So we're just gonna enslave those captives. They're rebels anyway. So it looks like Tylis is trying to go elsewhere. He's not trying to come back immediately and take out Anthei. What? Oh, I failed it. How did I not defeat them in battle? Oh well. Capture any settlement. Alright, that one's gonna be kind of rough.
We hunger for battle.
Oh, I'm already out of space.
Commander.
Yeah, we kind of gotta kill him, don't we?
To battle!
Oh, damn.
Advance! March!
At your service.
Damn.
We hunger!
We gotta go back.
At your command.
There we go. Now attack.
Destroy them!
630 against our 1147. They have citizen and 3 skirmisher cav, and then 3 grounded skirmishers. We have no cav. But we have skirmishers and spears. So let's do this. And welcome to the Battle of Pella, 259 BC. Now this map is an interesting map because there are 2 sides of it. There's our side, and then there's the enemy side. Well, in this case, our side and the enemy side. And the only way to get across it is these land bridges here. They aren't really land bridges, it's just the water comes up just far enough to where you can walk across it there. However, it's too deep to walk across in these areas. So there's only really 2 main areas I need to defend, and that's here and that is here. And now our enemy is mainly, let's see here, Tarentine Cavalry, which is type Archer Cav. We have Slingers here, more Cavalry, more Archer Cav. So they have like 4 units of Archers there. Over here they've got 2 units of Peltis, or 2 units of Peltis and a Citizen Cav. And we're going to see how well this plays out for them. Now for my forces, the attacking forces, well, yeah, the attacking forces, I have a bunch of hoplites here. I have 3 units of hoplites, 2 units of skirmishers to help take down their 2 units of skirmishers. My general is close by on that side. This side is a little more stacked up with 3 units of infantry and 4 units of skirmishers. My plan is to try to engage the cavalry straight off, hit the slingers over here with my slingers, and kind of take out this force that way. So let's go ahead and get started. And now the first thing to do is to move the units up. Get them up to block that crossing. And this side has not been told to move yet, although they are now. So we are trying to blockade everything. Now it looks like this Peltis unit is going to the left. Nope, they changed their mind. They're coming back to the middle. Doesn't look like anything is happening over here. We have some cav going in. Getting hits off. We got our slingers and javelin men getting some hits off. I have not told my infantry to engage, I don't believe. Maybe I have. I have. That's why they're running. I'm eventually going to stop this. Let's take a look over here. Their cav has engaged my infantry and is locked into combat. They are under friendly fire. So their Peltis are trying to hit my guys in the back over here. Yeah, now they're losing decisively. Alright, let's take a look over here. It looks like their cav is trying to do the same thing. Not yet. I put my slingers on the outside so I can get direct shots on them. It's not being too effective. I'm going to change their formation a little bit and continue that. Now let's take a look over on this side again. Their Peltis are running away. Their Hoplites are coming in to try to support, while my slingers start taking out their Peltis from the rear. Now, I believe my units are actually chasing this cavalry here, but I noticed that they were so close to these Peltis, they might just be able to link up with them and hit them. I did also see this unit of Hoplites coming up, but I wanted to take out these Peltis. They were much more dangerous at the time. I could run away from these guys. These guys have range. My infantry here are trying to keep their cavalry in combat. Over here it's just a skirmish fest. This cavalry is trying to find a way to get in to my archers and my skirmishers there. They're just kind of skirmishing with each other, having some fun. Now, I was kind of worried over here. There is this unit of hoplites just kind of taking out my archers, or trying to, in the back here. I managed to sneak some slingers around. I'm going to bring them up to hit these Peltis in the back. My infantry has formed up. They're attacking 2 units of Peltis, and there is that citizen cavalry that's still stuck into melee in here. Now, this unit has turned around. This unit of Hoplites has turned around to go back after these slingers. It is deadly for them because it exposes their backs to the slingers they were chasing after before. And that is causing them to lose some men. 3 so far. And now I'm going to get my general up there, my Royal Peltis. Let these guys start slinging on these guys. And I put them into skirmish mode so they ran away. Alright, it looks like their general is going to turn. Let's take a look at what's happening on the other side. Alright, so it's looking like a lot of their cavalry ran out of ammo and just went into combat. There is still a pretty healthy unit of slingers back here. Well, not pretty healthy. But they are just firing at this hoplite unit that is like, nah, whatever. I'm still going to guard here from this Tarantine cavalry while we destroy this cavalry unit. Slingers are going to kill them. They're down to 19, 18, 17. Yeah, they are melting away. I don't believe they have ammo anymore. Let me see. No, they have their swords out, so they're out of ammo. And now they're gone. Now they're broken. Alright, let's check the main line here. Alright, so their general committed. The general committed his hoplites into this fight here. There is still a small unit of citizen cavalry over here. I'm not too terribly worried about it because my slingers here have a perfect opening to the backs of these guys. Another one of my slingers unit, or my Peltis here, my Royal Peltis, are attacking these citizen cav, breaking them and shattering them off the battlefield, and now just killing them all. Now they're going to start throwing some javies into the backs here of these hoplites, the very heavy spear infantry they got here. And that is going to cause breakage. And there they go. Breaking. Now that they are broken, these units are broken and running away now. They're fleeing for their lives. Shattered from army losses. And what I'm really trying to do here is just kill this general unit. I really do want to try to get them stuck back into melee and take out the general. Let's see if they'll go. $59. So at this point, I'm like, alright, if you're going to run that way, I'll just send these units over to attack you. And I'll have these units kill you. You can run that way, that's fine. I have troops over there too. And there's 52 men left in here. They're still getting attacked. Still getting hit in the rear. And here comes the punishment. That is 2 healthy units of slingers, 180 of them, slinging at 52 men. And there's the first volley from them. Now I've got slingers on this side firing in as well. So they're going to have to pick a side and go and do it quickly, or else they're all going to die. Because right now they're in between 4 units of slingers with ammo left. $45 left. Yep, see. 41. Now we've got some infantry coming up to block the path and get some kills.
Double time! To charge! Forward!
And now they're all getting in there. Trying to get them chewed up. Don't let any of them through. Don't let anybody through. Kill them all.
Double time!
Yeah. They're dying. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 5. They're falling quickly. This guy's going in. You're nothing but a slinger. Oh yeah, I was running away. Quick, let me do that. And the general must have fallen there. So let's go ahead and take a look at these results. Alright, so we deployed 1,147. We lost 264. 248 of those were kills from from the Hellenic rebels, not Tylis. 517 of our kills were from them. They lost 527, so they ended up having, I think, 10 losses due to friendly fire. They deployed 630. So all in all, we did pretty well. Slingers doing some pretty good damage there. Our infantry not really doing much. It was mainly a skirmisher fight. And our skirmishers really just outperformed overall. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take it to the campaign map.
Your next command?
And he did.
Make haste, men.
Why would you do that?
You have further orders? Ready.
We'll
Set
go
up
back
the
here.
watch. Ready for orders. Kill them all!
No, we'll go back.
We hunger for battle.
We will go ahead and do this and get the campaign movement.
To victory!
Then we're gonna fight that guy. He's got 5 units. He is the general. I have 13 units. My infantry kind of needs some help, but I think my skirmishers will be able to help out there. That's an army of 4 and an army of 3. So if I get back in here, which should be okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Do this. Nope, don't want to do that. We'll convert that in the next turn. And we're going to end the turn. Alright, let's try it. And welcome to the counter siege of Anthei. So Tylis decided to bring their navy back, and this is a naval battle, and they are going to be sieging Anthei from the shores. Now, this does present a problem for us because the numbers are not on our side here. We are deploying 32 men, and Tylis is deploying 312 men. So our best bet here is going to be take the fight to them on the water. Don't let it get to a land battle. So our deployed forces are all skirmishers, and they are all extremely low on men. Our general only has 8. This ship has 8. This ship has 8. This ship has 8. So you can see that we aren't doing well. This is probably going to be a pretty quick one. It's only 1 minute and 32 seconds long. So let's go ahead and check the attackers' side and see what they're working with. They've got some Celtic Slingers transport, and they are 72 out of 90 strong. Light transport noble horse, 48 out of 60. Transport levy freeman and a transport levy freeman, all over 90 men. So we are going to be hurting pretty bad here. Let's go ahead and get this going. Alright. So the tactic here is the smash and go. I'm going to try to take out ships by ramming them. Because if I can manage to ram the ship completely and sink it, they will lose an entire unit of men without actually coming into combat. So there we go. Lives have already been lost here. And they managed to kill my general while only getting hit once. Now I did manage to sink this ship with a ram. And there goes that ship as well. But the 2 ships that are left are just too much for the men. There's 1 guy left on that ship. He's not going to be lasting long. There's still 8 men on this ship. He's going to try to get a ram in on this one. 2 men left. And he gets it in there. But he just can't finish the combat. And there it is. End of the battle. Tylis has besieged Anthei and occupied it. So let's look at the results here. It's going to be real quick results. Only 1 kill from 2 of my ships, but they did manage to cost the enemy army 145 losses. So we may have only killed 28 men, but they lost 145 from the ship sinking. So 16, 6, and 6. I believe that is the one that ended up being sunk. 2 of them were sunk, so that one and that one. However, that one did get some jabbies off before they went to the bottom of the sea. Again, the deployed was very on their side. It was a naval battle. There was nothing really we could do about it. So let's go ahead and head back to the campaign map. Alright. I mean, Tylis is trying to be smart about it, but he just messed up. Because now his unit is stuck inside the town. Port settlement under siege by who? Oh, look at you.
We hunger for battle.
Alright, so we'll fight him in a minute. We're gonna get
At your
these guys
command.
stuck in. Boom. Encircle.
None will escape.
We're gonna make them attack us. Well, no, we'll go ahead and attack them. We'll
How
just
may I
attack them
serve
after. After we lift the siege.
We cannot do that. Forgive me, but I cannot. We cannot do that.
Why can't you do anything?
Forgive me, but I cannot. I'm afraid we cannot.
Why can't you?
Ready for orders.
Oh. Requires attention. The seas have been called for quite some time. If we are to trade and send warships against our enemies, we must regain the favor of Poseidon by making an offering. I've done the sacrifice a bull before, and it doesn't really get me anything, so we'll sacrifice a child, no matter how gruesome it seems. Okay. So that's taken care of.
Ready for battle.
Can I move out and then back? Or is he besieged in it?
We cannot
I think
do
he's
that.
besieged in it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and attack
For the
this.
gods!
Let's do this. Alright, so here we are with the second Siege of Anthei. Now, this one isn't going to be as strategic as the last one, and the reason for that is because Anthei has been under siege 3 different years in a row now. They haven't really had a chance to replenish their garrison troops much. The first Siege of Anthei ended up happening in 260 BC. The counter siege, or Tylis' response to it, and occupation was 259 BC, and now here we are at 258 BC, sieging the settlement once more. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward attack here. I have my pikemen off to the side. They're not going to be in the battle much. I have a lot of my hoplites just in straight up formation. I have a 70 here who's kind of in the middle. We're just going to ram this thing down their throats because all they have are levy freemen, which are light spear infantry. And they're just not going to be able to withstand this fight here. I do have my cavalry off to the side so I can make a flanking maneuver this way if need be. I already know that their general is probably going to be posted up here guarding this entryway. Yep, I think that's him right there, the Oathsworn. Alright, so we can bet on that. Alright, so that's the game plan. We're just going to ram this right down their throats, just using brute force with our infantry, as well as skirmisher support over the top before they even get there. So let's go ahead and start this. It's going to be a short battle at 4:52. It's only going to be about 4 minutes, 50 seconds long. Now, while the men are moving, we'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit. And they are coming out to meet us. So because of this, we spread out our lines, we get in formation. Set the skirmishers to skirmish theirs down. And they're using a bunch of smaller units. So that one is about the healthiest with full health. As you can see, I'm taking my cavalry around. They're just going to kind of hide out in here for now. Until I am sure that these Oathsworn are gone. Now, I set my skirmishers to attack some of these smaller units of infantry because I'm not worried about the skirmishers. Yes, there's some there, but I have cavalry right here, just waiting. What are they waiting for? They're waiting for these infantry units to commit somewhere. So this Celtic skirmishers unit is just getting melted. So that one just got melted. This one is in the process of it now. I have moved 2 of my units of cavalry up this way, another unit this way. They're going to try to pincer maneuver these Celtic slingers. There is a small unit of infantry right here. 22 out of 120. Their general has turned around and made a shield wall. And now he's like, nah, I'm not going to worry about them. My skirmishers are gone. My slingers are dead. I'm going to go ahead and fight some pikemen. So what did I do? I saw that their Oathsworn were there, and I knew they were going to be very effective against my Hoplites here. So I put up my 2 pikemen units right here to go up against their Oathsworn. And while their Oathsworn is worried about what my cavalry are doing, my slingers are able to hit them in the back. There goes 1 cav unit. There goes 2 more. So yeah, they're just extremely effective against cav. So I'm going to run my cav off before they get stuck in melee against this Oathsworn unit. And now they've been softened up a little bit by 6 units dead from slinger fire. These levy freemen broke with 57 men left. And here they go smacking directly against my pikes, which is exactly where I want them to be. I want them fighting my pikes, because when they're fighting my pikes, their ability to fight doesn't matter. I move up a hoplite unit to protect the flank of my pikes here. And their forces are just going to start getting melted. They've already lost 24 men. This pike unit just leveled up, and now watch. Here come the cavalry with a flanking rear charge. Now, I'm not sure if my pikes kill my cavalry when I do that, but either way, I'm going to run them out of there now. They did the damage. This unit of Oathsworn is down to about half of their total unit count. And I believe that is where the general actually died. And now they are shattered. So I'm going to have my cavalry go after them. And that is a decisive victory. So they counter-sieged us in 259. We are sieging them again in 258. And we have taken the settlement once more. Let's go ahead and take a look at these results. We deployed 1,872. We lost 55. We killed 350 units with those 55. The Cambotrix, or the Tylis faction, they deployed 462 as a defense of Anthei. They lost 350 and they only killed 55, as said before. So we were extremely effective in this siege. I know we were extremely effective in the last siege as well, but we had moved some troops off of there to go attack other forces. And so when we came back, it was under siege, and we just cleared them out from here. So let's go ahead and take it back to the campaign map and see where we are at. Alright, so we're going to reoccupy Anthei. Mission successful, capture any settlement, so we got an extra little bit in our purse there.
Ready for orders.
We got some levels here. We're going to go ahead and get the campaign map movement for now. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is actually convert this stuff first, and then turn around and siege it back.
To battle!
Alright, so we broke the Siege of Pella. We're going to go ahead and get in Pella here. How many does he have? He has 5 units, no archers, and they are hurting pretty bad. So let's get a few cav if we can. Oh, we can't. We don't have the money. Alright, so it's been hard fought. We took Anthei, lost it, took it again. We have fought some rebels that have popped up, and we're doing okay. We are definitely doing okay. We're getting our swords wet and getting our feet planted firm. Okay, so I think we're ready to go now. Ending the turn again. Now, most of those will only take 1 turn to convert.
We shall have war, and poets will sing of it 10,000 years hence, when all else is forgotten.
So, Athens wants to play. Okay. Let him come then. Alright, so it looks like Tylis came back down and is sieging me, and now they're attacking. This is really dumb of Tylis. Alright, so this is going to be the Siege of Pella. Alright, so here we are at the Siege of Pella. Now, this is kind of a joke. And let me tell you why. So, I have this unit over here. These 2 units of cav. Just in case I need to take them out and around. I believe I could take them through here to attack this siege here, but I'm not gonna have to do that. I'm honestly not even gonna have to pull this garrison fleet out from the water. I will not have to have them land over here. In fact, this should be enough to repel this siege. So let's see what we're up against. We're up against some Oathsworn, which is going to be deadly on the walls, some Levy Freemen, more Levy Freemen, and another small unit of Levy Freemen. As well as a couple healthy units of Cav back here, one at 60, one at 45. The Cav is not going to make any bit of difference at all. None. They will not be able to burn down my gate before these 2 towers and this tower kill them all. So what we need to worry about is keeping these 4 units from getting on the other side of these walls. And we have plenty of men to do that. So we have pikes guarding the actual gate here itself, as well as the 2 arrow towers beside it. We have another unit of pikes over here guarding this arrow tower, so if they climb the walls here and try to come down, they're just going to be, or going to run into a pike wall. Over here I have another unit of pikemen guarding this wall. Now, the reason there's so many is I get 2 for the city, as well as 2 for the army that is embedded here. And then I think I get a 3rd unit of levy pikemen from the city garrison as well. So let's see what we got going on here. Generals in the back here. We've got some slingers, some javelin men, kind of hanging out behind the hoplites and the pikes. Let's see, we have our slingers up on the walls to do some damage to the enemy before they can even get to us. Unfortunately, we do not have archers yet to light these things on fire. So once they get a little bit closer to the walls, we are going to have our slingers come down. So at any rate, let's get this started. It's only about 5 minutes and 48 seconds long. So we'll go ahead and...
Great Poseidon! Why did you not drown these wretches when you had the chance? Very well. I will dedicate our coming victory to Poseidon, in the hope that he drowns the next fleet. Make ready.
Alright, so great speech. Let's speed this along. Alright. So, at the beginning, they start slinging towards the Oathsworn. Those are the ones that are the most, they are the most dangerous here out of all of these units. And they haven't even taken a loss from the arrow towers yet. So I believe at this point, I've said screw it. It's going to take some time for my slingers to get down off the walls. I don't want them slinging up there. I just want them to come down. I'm going to line them up to where they can get shots, or they could sling their rocks at the walls here when the enemy overtake them. Now, if you notice, my slingers over here were kind of alone, and there is a unit, a levy freeman coming, so I've taken some smaller units of hoplites, some depleted ones, and sent them that way, just to kind of guard this here and make sure that this unit can't get down to attack my slingers that are over here. It looks like everybody else has been taken care of. I do have some militia hoplites that are pretty healthy, and another pretty healthy unit of militia hoplites to support. I just want to make sure that I have the men I need to take out that small unit over there. Now, I'm sending some skirmishers this way. I want to have full coverage of the walls. I don't want them to be able to come up over here and then kind of flank me and not be hit by slingers or something. Alright, so now they're starting to get on the wall. Alright. And they're coming down into the pike formation. But the issue is, they were getting shot in the back. With them having taken this part and making it neutral, it's not going to fire at anybody. But their main issue is the fact that half of them went down to fight the pike wall on this side. The other half is going down to fight the pike wall on this side. And these units are not going to make it back. They're going to die against this pike wall here. And now these units are going to die. Like, the slingers are just hitting them. I mean, they're hitting the wall too. Oh! Got him in the dome as he was trying to get over here. Alright, so I see what's happening. They are sending a lot of units this way. I set up a hoplite unit to make sure that this side of my pike wall isn't going to be overrun. I'm sending some skirmisher units to try to get better shots on them. Levy freemen are broken with 15. Let's check this left side. Looks like they basically tried to come down, but they just didn't have the men. The slingers basically killed them up here. before they could even get down to the infantry down there. Alright, so the gate is ours again, so the archer towers are going to start firing again. Let's see what's going on in this corner. It seemed like a lot of them bunched up over here, yeah. So they just came into this alley of death. I mean, every single one was an alley of death. But they really, there's 24 left of these Oathsworn, the general unit. They're losing decisively. They can't gain any kind of purchase in the city. It is just a really hapless siege at this point. There's 19 of them left. And they are wavering. They are breaking right now. And there they go. They are shattered. Now, the problem with these sieges are, once you come in over the walls, you have to leave by the gate. So all of those men literally have to stand here and fight them. And then come over here and fight these guys just to get out and escape. Now at this point, I put my slingers back up on the walls. There's no more infantry left to attack them. And they're just going to sit here and skirmish down these cav. And now the cav have broken and the battle has been won. So that was the Siege of Pella. It was repelled. We do continue to keep it. It was kind of a... Basically, I feel like Tylis was at the end of their ropes. They're like, we have to take this city. If we don't take this city, I mean, we can't go back and take the other cities. We've put ourselves in between a rock and a hard place. We either fight their army, which has defeated us twice, probably more than that now, or we attack this city and try to take it at that point. So here we are at the end screen. We deployed 2,413. Cosmos was the general for the army that was at the city at the time. He only lost 30 men and killed 214 men. That is an outstanding result. Moritex, the attacking general, he deployed 350 men. He lost 268 and only killed 28 men. So let's look at this. His Oathsworn, the unit that originally came over the walls and attacked that pike wall formation, they only managed to kill 26 men. The rest of their army did nothing. 2 men from this Levy Freeman unit, nothing from the cavalry outside the walls that broke relatively quickly. Nothing from these Levy Freeman units. I mean, they were pretty depleted at the start. They just didn't have the heart to fight. Checking out our units, we had a Levy Freeman or Levy Militia Hoplite unit have 13 kills. Slingers with 14, another slinger unit with 13, slingers with 10. So basically the slingers did the damage this day. Javelin men doing outstanding, getting 16 and 22, the most from all skirmisher units. And the general unit, which was a Royal Peltis, getting 9 kills themselves. So that was a great battle. Kind of stupid on Tylis' part, but again, it seemed like a last-ditch attempt on their part. I mean, something they felt they had to do. So, siege repelled, mission accomplished. Let's head back to the campaign map. Alright, we're going to release the captives. I mean, they knew what they were doing, but they also knew that they were going to die. A heavy price. The seas stayed becalmed for a short while, but soon good winds resumed and all returned to normal. Alright, so we sacrificed a child, which is horrible. But we did it, and yeah, it looks like Tylis is well far and away. I think we're going to be okay to go ahead and take out these rebels.
Kill the coward!
Alright. The heavy skirmishers will do it. And welcome to the Battle of Byzantium, 257 BC. This is Macedon, and we are taking on some Thracian rebels today, trying to put down the last rebellion, I believe, of this episode. By the time it's over, we will not have fought another rebel faction or put down another rebellion until after the war with Tylis has been won, or, well, until it's been completed. So at any rate, let's go ahead and look at these troop compositions here. Of course, I have 2 pikes, 4 skirmishers, a whole bunch of infantry hoplites. I also have 3 units of cav, 1 companion cav, 2 citizen cav. And my general here is a royal peltus. Now let's see what we're up against. We are up against Thracian rebels, so I imagine we'll see some Thracian warriors, some nobles. Let's see. So right here we've got some tribal garrison, light missile infantry, Thracian skirmishers, some more Thracian skirmishers, more Thracian skirmishers, and then at the back here some Thracian nobles. So that's what we're going up against today. It seems like a very heavy skirmisher rebellion. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to speed this up and cut out some. We are coming at each other, so we'll see how this plays out. But I'm going to speed it up at least. Now this video is only 6.5 minutes long. So let's go ahead and play this here real quick. So I noticed that they had a lot of skirmishers. So what do? I send out my cav to play some cavalry games. Let's see, there's a tribal garrison at 18 there. You got 90 out of 90 for Thracian skirmishers. Again, 90 out of 90. Full health and full health. And now they're starting to run.
Advance!
So that one's going to get caught. I'm going to run these ones out.
Forward!
This king, this noble,
Riders,
isn't going to know what to do. Because while his 1 unit of Thracian skirmishers was healthy at 90, now there's 2 cavalry in them, and they've lost over 30 men. So they're wavering. I've got another unit of cavalry, my companion cav, attacking these guys over here, trying to keep them busy. My cavalry is going to bounce to this tribal garrison here now that they are shattered and leaving the battlefield. It shouldn't take them long to take out these guys. Yeah, see, 13... 12. I mean, their friends are trying to help, but it's not working too well. This companion cav managed to catch up to those Thracian skirmishers and shatter them, and now they're bouncing to those other ones. While, in the meantime, these other 2 units of cav are hitting these Thracian skirmishers as they're running away. So our cavalry games worked in our favor. We managed to catch up to their skirmishers before they could get too far away or do too much damage. And now all they really have left to hit us with is this Thracian noble unit, which, as you can see, I'm moving up skirmishers right now because they should be able to do plenty of damage on this unit without even having to engage. What I do here is I'm putting my cavalry over here so that way they are facing them, and their shields will mean nothing for my skirmishers, for my slingers. So these units of cav are basically just here to make sure these guys stay facing this way. Still healthy, still healthy. They lost 1 man. As soon as they break the seal. So I recommend doing this to anybody who finds themselves in this position. If you don't have to take on a very heavy melee infantry force, don't. You know, you can save those men's lives that you would throwing them against this army here, or this unit alone. So they've lost 9 men, about to be 10, I believe. Yep, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, they're starting to take losses. They're shaken. They're not wavering yet, but they are shaken. Now they're wavering. They've lost 20, almost 30 men. 30 men now, I believe. 30 right now. And now they're broken. And now they're shattered. And what do I do now that they're shattered? I send my cavalry in to attack them, and I stop my melee, or my skirmishers. I'll let the cavalry run them down. And the reason I stop my skirmishers, I don't want them throwing rocks or slinging rocks into my cavalry formations here. If they do so, I'll lose more men than I need to lose on this shattered unit. And they're already down to 27, 26 men. So the cavalry are doing just fine cleaning them up. I don't want them to get hit by the stones of my slingers in the process of doing so. Alright, so typically when I kill the general, that's when I end the replay, or end the battle, if you will. So that's basically what we're just waiting on here. I don't even see any foot troops in there, though. Oh, there's some. And there's 5 Thracian nobles left. 1, 2, 3. Well, I could find 3 of them. 4. Let's see if he can get away. He's like, shit, 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 shit. That is a lot of men. Shit, run. Maybe they won't see me. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe they didn't see me. Maybe I can still get away. Maybe I could just sneak away. I'm just gonna sneak. You don't see me. I am not here. Oh shit. Uh-oh.
Advance at speed! Quickly now!
So if I click on them to attack his unit, they go like across the map. And I don't want them to go across the map. I want them to attack him while other ones are going across the map. And the general has died. So there we go. And we're going to end the replay and take a look at the results here. So let's see. Cratinus, the new general for the Thracian rebels here, or the general for the Thracian rebels, I should say, deployed 498 troops and lost 433. The leader of our faction, Antigonos II, deployed 1,924 and only managed to lose 37 troops. So that was a pretty good fight there. They killed 424. So the kills and losses between Thracian rebels and Macedon are equal as far as the Thracian rebels killed 37, Macedon lost. That is because we weren't allowing our slingers to fire into blobs of our troops. So we actually eliminated friendly fire in that situation. However, the Thracian rebels were not able to do that. They still lost 7 men to friendly fire in that battle alone. So let's see. They had 1 tribal garrison get 5 kills. A Thracian skirmishers group get 27. And that's it. That's all their army did as far as combat. Let's see. Our companion cavalry ended up with 170 kills, being the Chads that they are. Citizen Cav getting 105. The other Citizen Cav unit getting 111. That was just from the cavalry play that we did early on. And just keeping the general unit of the Thracian rebels locked into place. And then going through and cleaning them up at the end. So we did great here. We did outstanding, and I feel like that should be the last of the rebels that we will have to face until the end of this episode. So let's go ahead and head back to the campaign map. Since they're rebels, we're going to enslave them.
Make haste, men.
Alright, gotta kill them off.
We hunger.
And we're just going to auto-resolve this. They only have 2 units left, 49 troops. We're just, yeah, there's no chance for them to survive. Our losses are going to be very minimal. 42 kills, enemy captured 7. We didn't lose a single soul. We're going to enslave them. And we should probably head back.
To your duties, men. We
These
hunger
guys.
for battle.
Alright, let's do this.
To victory!
Oh, they ran away. There they go. Alright, let's do this. And here we are at the Battle of Thracia. Now, this is a battle between us, Macedon, and a Tylis army that, I believe this is the army that hit the gates of Pella and was repelled. So they are extremely depleted, only having 158 troops. We are somewhat depleted, but we do still have over 1,000 troops, so this should be a relatively easy battle for us. Our numbers are standing at 1,106 for this battle. So the issue with this battle is it's a pitch battle, and the enemy is a long way away. At this point in time, I don't actually see them over here. Due to us attacking, the only thing, well, because this is a replay, we could see these two. But when I was attacking, I couldn't see them. I actually had to go out and find them. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the unit comps real quick. We have his Oathsworn and then 2 units of Citizen Cav. Those were the survivors of the battle or the Siege of Pella. Now Macedon, or us, we are rolling with still a few units of Hoplites. We have very healthy units of militia Hoplites. This is a secondary army. We have quite a few units of slingers, and I don't think this unit actually has cavalry. So we're going to be using our spears quite a bit and our archers as well. So let's go ahead and kick this battle off. And maybe I did see them, I'm not sure. But we're going straight for them. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and cut some out. So at this point, I get a little bit ahead of myself, I believe. And I'm not sure where their cav are at, but as you can see, there's a gap between my infantry and my skirmishers. And that could present a major problem. Yep, see, here are their skirmishers, the mercenary citizen cav. And I set all my skirmishers to attack them, because that is the danger. The danger for my skirmishers. I have to get them taken off the battlefield if I can, before they come and crash into my slingers there, which they do effectively. I do have some spears coming up, so that will be a saving grace to some of my skirmishers, but I did have to pull them back out of there. I sent in more spears to try to lock this cavalry into combat. There's only 1 left for this one. There's 29 left for that one. So now they're trying to pull their cav back out. And I'm going to have my skirmishers attack their king here, their Oathsworn. And as you can see, there's still 16 horses left there. The Oathsworn are down to 94. However, they are into melee combat now. Now I pulled them back to form up thick, heavy lines. Oh, and here's some of their calves still, playing hell in my back lines. So I moved my skirmishers over, and they're going to start attacking these, this cavalry here. They only have 11 left. Yep. Got to get this cavalry off the battlefield. They'll wreak havoc to our skirmishers. 7 left. I can't even, there's so few of them left. And now they're all dead. So I feel like they would have done much better had they just gone straight for the slingers there. Because now it's given us time to surround their king completely and attack him in the flank. At which point I set my units to attack him. I actually highlighted them and then right-clicked the unit that they were supposed to attack. And that's why you see them reforming and then engaging. They reform, march forward a little bit, and then engage. So this is just a death wheel, just grinding up these Oathsworn. There's no help for them. They're being attacked from all sides. And if they run, the slingers get them. And that general has been completely slaughtered. Alright. So there's still 20 seconds. There we go. Decisive victory. Let's go ahead and end this replay and take a look at the results. So Cosmos deployed 1,106. He lost 156, but he killed 158. So they gave just as good as they got. Actually, just a little bit more. So we did take the fight to the enemy. This was a good battle, in my opinion. Slingers doing some work here. Some Javelin men doing some work. Let's see. I'm not impressed with Slingers. I don't like them in my armies. However, at the beginning of this campaign, I kind of have to use them until I unlock the archers. So, all of our men doing pretty well for this being a small battle. Again, they killed 114, but we lost 156. That was due to our Slingers getting some friendly fire there. It's okay. It happens. So yeah, they're Oathsworn getting 94 kills on us. 94 kills. And then each cavalry unit getting 10 kills themselves. That's not too bad, considering they were well outnumbered and surrounded pretty much the whole time. So let's go back and head back to the campaign map. Yeah.
Is that all?
Ready for... Get to it, men.
You can call me Nyx. Swift and silent.
Let's go over here
as
and
a
see where
shadow.
Athens is.
Is there nothing else?
Athens is pushed back to Athens, basically. So this is what I'm going to do. I want to do that. First and foremost, let's get skirmishers. Let's get archers. We're gonna... Oh, no. I need to do this.
At your command.
We'll go spears. Formidable spears next, because that's what I use the most. We'll go with these guys, and we'll just upgrade this. Alright. Should be ready to go.
One sacrifice is needed on the
Epirus wants
altar
a
of our
non-aggression
goodwill.
pact.
I
say
speak
no.
of...
Alright, they're trying. What am I researching right now? There. That way we can get that
To your duties, men.
quest done. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We have 13 food, so let's go ahead and do a market settlement there. That'll increase some of the...
Ready for... Set up the watch.
It'll increase the happiness of the place. They have 4 ships. Yeah, Pella's gonna mess them up if they attack it. Let's go down
How
here.
may I serve you? Swifter than Hermes.
Go up here.
Can I
Just
see-
searching the place out. Just checking the field, seeing what's going on. Alright, and we're good with that turn. So a lot of these turns will probably be cut out. I'm going to put the battles in, yes.
We offer this as a sign of accord reached and new accords to come.
Sweet. So they want a peace treaty, and they're going to pay me almost 1,000 dinars for it. I'm going to take that. I am not... I'm not in a position to attack Athens right now.
War and an
Ooh.
end to womanly peace. Most excellent. Ares favors us above all other races in battle.
Alright. So Sparta declared war on me. That's fine. I don't think they're going to be doing anything with it right yet. Raise an army at the following settlement. Pella. I don't like those quests
Get to it, men.
because it always takes more than what I have. Oh, we gotta wait for that to be built. 1 turn for that. Okay. So let's get rid of some of these guys. Delete that. Merge those. And pause. Dogs, lay down. And play. Okay.
Ready for battle.
I need a better plaything, so. Play.
At your command.
Three, two, well.
Ready for orders.
Alright, what can I do? I'll click on a city. 3, 2, 1, play. Alright. So now we need to recruit some troops here. 2 pikes,
Sign up,
1,
lads,
2,
for a good
3
and glorious life.
cavalry. And that's going to be it for that one. We're going to take those 2 and dismantle them. That's going to increase a little bit of our money per turn. We will need to bring these guys over to get them kitted up. They need 4 archers instead of 4 slingers. Alright, we're going to end the turn. Next turn, our archers will be available to recruit. And the need for cavalry. We're going to rally horsemen. It's going to make our cavalry cheaper to recruit.
On the move.
Not that we need any right now, but... Alright. So let's do that.
Are you ready to serve?
What's that? And I wish I had some swords. I would put some swords in here, but I can't. I don't have them.
Ready for orders.
Might be able to get 2. Nope. Only 1. That's okay. And actually, I'm going to do this.
For the gods!
Don't want them raiding in my territory. There.
We need good fighters.
There's that. Alright, so this guy's going to take up most of turn 1. This guy takes up turn 2, and then their armies will be completed. Well, his army will be just about completed, not his. And they're healthy. So we're going to end the turn. Alright, peace negotiated between Galatia and Bithynia. Alright. Mission successful. There we go. Oracle at Delphi, so we have some good omens going. We're going to go ahead and do that for the irrigation ditches. That's going to allow us to make more food once we finally get a chance to actually do some things. Now, we could take this army and attack him. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to get him another infantry. There's that. One more cav. And I'm out of money. Okay. So, after he recruits, I'm going to send him over this way to start taking the fight to Sparta. I'm going to check and see who we got up at Apollonia. 11 out of 20.
How may I serve you?
Sabotage supplies. Opportune failure. See if I can do it again. I cannot.
That is impossible.
Alright, we'll do that. I don't know why. I don't know why I just clicked that one, but I just clicked it, so there's nothing else we can do about it. What are you doing, Tylis? You guys are about destroyed, so... Raise fleet. Recruit.
Ready for orders.
370 each. We're going to end the turn. Ending the turn. Alright, the architect. So if I refuse it, I get 1,000 added to my treasury. or I get an important character. I'm gonna refuse it. I kind of need the money now. Palopia is of age. Alright, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3,
Assembling the
4.
Commander.
You're fine. You're just a defensive force.
Ready for battle.
You have one turn? Okay.
How may I
So let me see who's down here. They got a small army up here. 11 out of 20.
Shadows.
They've got a 12 out of 20 there. Easy enough. Okay, so I don't think she can travel anymore, can she?
What do you wish of me?
No. I want to
As
check
you
at Sparta and see what they got at Sparta. If I can, I'm going to use this army to take on this army and send this army to the east, or the west, to attack Apollonia and just take Larissa and Apollonia at the same time. But first, do that. That's the plan. That's the strategy moving forward.
The bravery of men, not words, is
They
all
just
that is
declared war on
between
me
us
again.
now. We shall have war, and
Okay. Although you just declared peace. It's their money they're throwing away. We're going to attend the banquet. So what that does is, the rivals in my, like, the Greek factions here, the Greek families, they held a banquet. And so I didn't get mad. I didn't stop it. I went ahead and attended it just to kind of prove my merit there.
Prepare for battle.
And now we got to take out Tylis. Okay. So this should be the end of Tylis. Right here.
The cowards.
Let's do this. And welcome to the Battle of Mare Aegeum. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I'm going to put something up there just to show you how it's spelled. Drop your rendition of that, or your idea of how it is pronounced, down there in the comments section down below, and let me know what you think. Let me know how I should respond to that, okay? Let's see here. So, we are Macedon, and we are attacking Tylis. I believe this is the final battle for Tylis. This is their last gasp. They either win this, or their faction will be destroyed. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they have on the battlefield today. They have 12 Pursuit Trihemoilia, Celtic skirmishers. They also have some medium missile raiders, some Celtic slingers, an assault raider that has Celtic tribesmen, and then another Pursuit Trihemoilia of Celtic skirmishers. Alright, so what are we bringing to the battlefield? We aren't bringing much more. We're bringing 4 ships, but they're all skirmishing ships. So, raiding Hermoilia with Javelin on it, another one, and then a third one, and then our captain here, our general, is an Assault Hexeris of Royal Peltis. So they're going to do pretty well. Now, they don't have to kill too many of them, but they do have to kill some. We'll go ahead and start this. There is 12 on this ship, there's 12 on that ship, and I think it's 9 for that one and 12 for that one. So all we are going to do is just straight up out-skirmish them. We are not going to be trying to ram into them. We're just going to try to kill them before they can even board our vessels, if we can. We do have the men. I mean, that's 60 javelins coming at you in one volley, and there's another 60. And now I've moved them up. I'm giving them each their target. Now this one's going to cross over and attack that one. This one's going to cross over and attack this one. That way the... Oh, and we are under fire now. So here we go. 7 left. Oh, these guys are going to try to ram my general here. And I mean, they get one ram in. This one's boarding. But they're boarding with 4 men, so it's kind of dumb. This one has 8 left. That one is out of the battle now. Oof. These javelin men just took a hit, but these other javelin men had their back and killed the unit. Oh, and there they go. So what happened right there was their general, in a last-ditch attempt to kill my general, rammed him on the side one more time, trying to sink him. And in doing so, he exposed his back to the javelin men that were here, and they were able to get a volley into it and kill the rest of them. So that ends the battle there. Let's go ahead and take a look at these results. And let's see. Alright, so we deployed 300 men. We only lost one man. One man, not men. We killed 45. Kanonoi, I believe that's how you pronounce that, Tylis, deployed 45 men, lost all 45 of those men, and only managed to kill one person. So we didn't do too bad. Our Royal Peltis killed 14. We had a Javelin man kill 14, another one killing 10, and the last one killing 7. That is all that is needed to be done for that. Their Assault Raider, their Celtic Tribesman, is the only unit that actually got a kill there. The rest of them were pretty much wiped out pretty efficiently. So with that being said, we're going to take it back to the campaign map, and I believe that should end the lives of the faction that once was Tylis. So let's go, shall we? And Tylis sinks. We're going to release the captives. And faction destroyed. So there we go. We'll start their sailing back. And that's the episode, everybody. So that is the war on Tylis, and we have been victorious. So, with that being said, I feel like now would be a good way or a good place to end it. I'm going to go ahead and save this as Macedon Grand Campaign upload. Alright, save that. And with that being said, thank you all for joining me on this Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition episode number 1 for the Macedon Grand Campaign. And it's been great. The war on Tylis has been completed, and we are the victors. We lost a lot of men, and I'm going to have a troop count at the end of the upload just to show you how many men we have actually lost in that war. And now, as you can see, the next couple episodes may be the war on Athens and the war on Sparta, since they have already declared war on us and have troops in position to attack, and we have troops in position to defend, as well as counter if they do attack. So join me on the next upload next week, where we take on Sparta and or Athens, or both at the same time. We will see what happens. Alright, so thanks again for joining me. This has been Medieval Knights. I am TJ West, and as always, let's keep it medieval, people.